Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Build on Moto. Today we're going to be pulling the motor out of this. Hayden changed the thought that he had with this. He wants to powder coat the frame and get that all cleaned up. So today I've got a lot to remove. We're going to be pulling that motor, taking the exhaust off, radiators, swing arm, rear tire, and quite a bit more. So stay tuned and make sure you like and subscribe. Also follow me on social media if you have seen it. I've got Build on Moto on Insta and Facebook. I'll leave the tags here in a second. But yeah, stay tuned and enjoy the video. Next thing I'll be tearing apart is all of this wiring harness, everything that's hanging on the side, everything down here I'm going to pull out, which is all of like the coil and then everything off the engine. So we're going to try and remove most of this engine wiring harness and then pull out this carburetor and just kind of work our way around there. So yeah, we'll keep going on that. Next, if you ever lose spark, something that could be a part of that is this coil pack here. These are responsible for spark that comes from the stator and the power supply of the bike. And there also is a chance that you could have rust behind it. Like we see here, I'll bring in a piece right there. And that rust can cause this to not have a good spark. So always look at that as you put this back together. Sometimes you just need to grind that down a little bit and get a better, cleaner brown to it. So I removed this exhaust out of here and I found that this guy is snapped off, which could be causing the leak that's coming out of this and other things right here. So I'll probably have to have Hayden either weld that or replace it, one of the two. But I know a sweet FMF one would look really cool on this bike. All depends on what he wants to do with the build. The next quick stop in this video is this guy right here. This guy right here is a little bit harder to get to. Looks like I'd probably pop him off, but he's another component of this. And then this guy down here has to be removed. So this guy up here, and then we should be able to almost roll this all the way out of the way. It looks like it comes out through here, comes right on out. I've already got this guy's disconnected. And I've already got the starter disconnected, so we're getting pretty close to being able to disconnect everything and pull this right on out. A couple things you want to notice when it comes to these is be attentive. Anything that you pull apart could be problematic. Like see these two wires, it's yellow to yellow. I'm going to try and leave those. If not, what I will do is I'll put like a little black mark on one or the other here. Get that in focus. To help kind of differentiate these, and then pay attention to where your plugs are and everything rolls out. So everything rolls kind of here. From here up and then back into the subframe that would be sitting here. So just attention to detail and everything that you're going through. And just like that, harness is out, comes out to the side there. I'm sure there's easier ways to get that out, but there's the wiring harness. So we're going to continue on. I'll probably have him scrub this up, clean it up, check his coil, and make sure everything's cleaned up. But yeah, we'll set this aside and continue moving. All right, so the next thing we're going to remove, we're going to take this guy off of here, out of our way, and we're going to remove this clutch here. I believe this stops right here is the clutches, but we're going to find out if there's fluid in there. This is kind of a new one to me. I've never had to remove a hydraulic clutch before. But you start somewhere, don't you? This guy out. Him. Right. Yeah. This guy off here. Give me a Mac because I'm live. This guy off here. Off. Now you want to be attentive to anything that could be behind this. There's probably a gasket, some fluid, so we'll have to redo this guy, make sure he's all good, but I don't think that that is hydraulic fluid. I'm pretty sure that that is oil from the engine, because right there is going to push across and open up the clutch system. So this presses out, pushes that in, resets the clutch system every time because this is the clutch cable. So we're going to set this aside and we'll keep moving. All right, well, we've got Hayden out here and taking the rest of this apart. Everything's out of it already. Engine's pretty much ready to come apart. I've got to pull the two on that side, move this little guy here off the brake, and the engine's ready to pull out. So I'm going to take this brake line off here, this brake off, which might come off right here right now. And I got to take this out. So we'll get the foot pegs out of the way, get the brake out of the way, and then this engine's ready to fly. All right, just like that, motor's ready to come out of there. Take everything's out, pull this bolt out. Lift her up a little bit. See if it comes out. Just gotta get these bolts to come out of here. One bolt out. In my pocket. Second bolt. Second bolt out. We'll set those in the box over here. Now it's just finagling the engine out of there without breaking anything. Pull it out. Come on, girl. Tip. Rotate her out. And the engine's out of the frame. You can see the engine over there in the corner, no damage. We're going to finish pulling that swing arm apart, get his frame prep for powder coating, and organize the garage, so we'll go from there. Okay, so last thing we're going to remove is this here. Now I do see some damage here we'll probably have to look at. I think we're going to have to replace this linkage, get a new bearings in here and pull it out. So we're going to remove this, pull it up out of the way, and then that'll be it for this week's video with what we have. So closing in on the end. So we got this apart. We knew this was breaking last year. If you rotate it sideways, you can see how bent that linkage is compared to the other side where it's supposed to be straight. So we're going to have to replace that, change out the bearings back here and up here, unfortunately, and go from there. So a few more things I got to remove off the bike for him to powder coat, but that's pretty much it for this video. As always, like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. I know Hayden's got a pretty sweet build set up for this, and I'm excited to see it, so we'll see you guys next time.